So now we all know that love is this living thing, and it's waiting within each of us for an awakening touch. So in this ceremony that we're here for today, we're celebrating this love that's come to life for Sydney and Brian. And may this love go sure, and may it grow strong, because we get to rejoice in its presence among us, and we get to witness its promise and its gift, the promise of faith and the gift of love. So now, Sydney and Brian, today we get to celebrate this love that you have for one another, and to give a social recognition to your decision to accept each other totally and permanently. And throughout human history, the founding of a home and a family has been celebrated by this act of high and holy orders. It is the maturing of love, freely given and gladly returned. And this is in your power. It is in your power alone to bless this service by the sincerity of your purpose, the strength of your common devotion, and this enduring character of your dedication to one another. So today, we're rejoicing that you're finding that deeper meaning and joys in your lives, and you get to share them in your marriage together. You get to be taught by your own joys and your own sorrows, successes and failures. So I'm going to remind you that in unions, as well as in life, those who commit themselves to devotion to their beloved and their common undertakings will find the greatest fullness in life. So Sydney and Brian, you are taking upon yourselves this potential of a great love that's already between you. And it's not really a casual thing to be entered into this innermost life of another person. You're going to make a commitment of love, and that's going to take a risk of the pain of grief. And so with this commitment and that risk, you're venturing forward with all the hope that two people can muster up. And together you get to discover the depths in life. So no matter whatever happens, whether you're happy or whether you're sad, hopeful or discouraged, close together or far apart, may you always be there for one another. And it is one of life's greatest mysteries on how two people come to meet one another. This is some magical, mystical spark that gets to be kindled within each of us. And especially how it happens to take the risk of giving voice to your private feelings for one another. From ages forgotten and long before, recorded time, humanity has rejoiced and offered prayers of hope and thanksgiving when two people have found each other. So today, we are all standing witness, and we get to contribute to one another in your public declaration of love. Now this reality, this is going to increase as your need for honest conversation. It will increase a need for showing responsibility to one another, and will also increase the amount that two people have in love for one another. And it's not really easy to proclaim your affection, your attachment, or even your bond openly. For some people are really just not willing to see beyond their own fears to celebrate the love that we all get to witness this evening. And you get to do it with candor and frankness. So now the vows that you're going to speak to one another as you enter into a marriage, this is going to honor the love that you share with your joined hands and your joined hearts. So may it never fail, but only grow deeper and stronger by day. And remember, those hands that are holding yours, this is an extension of yourself, just as their mutual love. So cherish that touch, for you not only touch your own, but you touch another life. Be ever sensitive to its pulse and seek always to understand and respect this rhythm. So now, Sydney, do you take Brian to love and to cherish, to honor and comfort in sickness and in health, in hardship and in ease, and to hold forth from this day on?
Yeah.
So then if you could please repeat after me. I promise to express my love
for you in all ways possible,
for you in all ways possible, to share in your presence,
to share in your presence,
your pleasure, and your pain,
and your pain,
and to let you share in mine.
and to let you share in mine.
I promise I will always share my thoughts
I promise I will always share my thoughts
and my feelings with you.
and my feelings with you.
I promise
I promise
I will give you the freedom
I will give you the freedom
to be yourself.
to be yourself.
I promise I will always try
I promise I will always try
to understand
to understand
everything you do.
everything you do.
And I promise
And I promise
I will always be honest with you
I will always be honest
and help you achieve your goals.
and help you achieve your goals.
I promise to comfort you,
I promise to comfort you,
support you,
support you,
trust you,
trust you,
and deserve your trust.
and deserve your trust.
I promise with my heart,
I promise with my heart,
my mind, and my body
my mind, and my body
to honor and cherish you
to honor and cherish you
from this day forward.
from this day forward.
And now, Brian, do you take Sydney to love and to cherish, to honor and to comfort, in sickness and in health, in sorrow and in joy, hardship and in ease, and to have and to hold from this time forward?
I do.
Then if you would please repeat after me. I promise
I promise
to express my love
to express my love
for you in all ways possible,
for you and always possible,
to share in your pleasure
to share in your pleasure
and in your pain,
and in your pain,
and to let you share in mine.
and to let you share mine.
I promise I will always share my thoughts
I promise to always share my thoughts
and my feelings with you.
and my feelings with you.
I promise I will give you the freedom
I promise I'll give you the freedom
to be yourself.
to be yourself.
I will always try
I'll always try
to understand
to understand
everything you do.
everything you do.
I promise to be honest with you
I promise to be honest with you
and help you achieve your goals.
and help you achieve your goals.
I promise to comfort you,
I promise to comfort you,
support and trust you,
support and trust you,
and to deserve your trust.
and deserve your trust.
I promise with all my heart,
I promise with all my heart,
my mind,
my mind,
and my body
and my body
to honor and cherish you
to honor and cherish you
from this day forward.
from this day forward.
Now we all know that a circle is a symbol of the sun and the earth and the universe, of wholeness and perfection and of peace. It's worn on the third finger because the Greeks and even the Egyptians believed that a vein from that finger, that vein of love, went directly to the heart. This symbolizes the depth and the sincerity of the love that you have for one another. So may these rings that you give and you receive be the symbols of this endless love into which you are now both about to go into. So now, Brian, do you have your rings?
Yes.
And if you could please place your ring for Sydney on her finger, left hand, third finger, and repeat after me. Sydney,
Sydney,
I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a symbol of my love.
as a symbol of my love.
As it encircles your finger,
As it encircles your finger,
may it always remind you
may it always remind you
you are surrounded
you are surrounded
by my enduring love.
by my enduring love.
And now, Sydney, if you would please place your ring for Brian on his finger and repeat after me. Brian,
Brian,
I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a symbol of my love.
as a symbol of my love.
As it encircles your finger,
As it encircles your finger,
may it always remind you
may it always remind you
that you are surrounded
that you are surrounded
by my enduring love.
by my enduring love.
So now, Sydney and Brian, take just a moment and hold each other's hands and feel them and feel that gift that they are to you, because these are the hands of your best friend that's strong and vibrant and full of love, and they're holding yours on your wedding day. As that person promises to love you and hold you throughout all the days of your life, these are the hands of your best friend, smooth and young and carefree, that are holding yours on your wedding day. And this person in front of you promises to be there to the end of days. And then remember, as your hands are fasted, these are not the ties that bind, but this is the love that's already shared by your hearts and is strengthened by these vows that you have taken. And you will be bound by your love as you're bound by your clasped hands. So
Now,
as I
until
wrap
the-
your hands, I have a very special blessing for you. Ooh, now stand right here for me. Okay. And you can put those two hands down. Okay? So may God go with you. And may it always bless you and see you with your children and your children's children. May you know nothing but happiness from this day forward. May you go in joy and peace and have it always surround you both. May contentment latch onto your door and happiness be with you now. May God bless you evermore. May your lifelong dreams come true for you and move ever forward in that direction. May the road rise up to meet you, and may the wind always be at your back. May the sun shine warmly on your face, and may the rains fall soft upon your fields. May the light of friendship guide your paths together, and may the laughter of children grace the halls of your home. And may the joy of living for each other trip a smile from your lips and a twinkle from your eyes. May the good Lord embrace you with the arms that have nurtured you and the entire length of your joy-filled days. And may the gracious God hold you both in the palm of his hands. And may that spirit of love find a dwelling place forever in your hearts. So I'm going to take this very carefully. If you pull your hands out very carefully, there we go. I'm going to set that right there. So Sydney and Brian, we are almost done, and I promise I have a very special ending for both of you. So if you'd like to take each other's hands once more. By your own free choice today, you have made a marriage. And no matter what the demands are on your lives and your time, the meaning of your living is now known through your love. So there's a very special blessing for you both today that rings true for what you have accomplished. The same wind moves you, but not in the same way. The same earth holds you, but not in the same place. The same sun feeds you, and you share in one another's shadows. You will now feel no rain, for each of you are now shelter to one another. You will feel no cold, for each of you are now warmth for one another. There is no more loneliness, because now you are each companions to one another. You are two bodies, but there's only one life before you. So go now to your dwelling place and enter into your days together, and may those days be good and long upon earth. And you are gladly accepting each other in your new relationship and have pledged to dedicate yourselves to this continuing task of helping each other build a deep and abiding love that touches the entire world. And what love has joined together, let no one break asunder. And rejoicing here today, you get to go forward with the confidence and the affection of your new journey in life together. And since you, Sydney, and you, Brian, have vowed to be loyal and have spoken vows and promises of love and trust to one another, and have symbolized that love by giving and receiving and wearing bands of gold and silver, you've made yourselves a marriage. So by the authority vested in me, by this great and absolutely gorgeous state of Colorado, I am truly delighted and honored to declare that your lives are now joined in marriage. And for the moment it looks like Brian's been waiting for, Sydney, kiss your groom. Congratulations, you are now married. Yay! You did it. It wasn't that hard, right?
No.
And you know what? We were only here for 11 minutes. And it seemed like forever.